are live. Welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, welcome to my channel. This is Lisa, Kinda Karnivore. And I'm going to just explain a little bit about what we're going to be talking about tonight while people are getting on. Tonight we're talking about emotional eating. So we're going to talk about that and also the 6 emotional tools that you need to conquer your emotional eating. And it starts out with habits. We're going to be talking about some habits and some things that you can do to help that. So welcome to my channel. If you are just joining in or if you're watching on the replay, go ahead and chime in and let us know where you are in the world. So I think you guys know I'm in Southern California. It is 6 o'clock here. We still have a little bit of sunlight out, but we're going to go ahead and get started as you guys chime in. So the format that's happening today is we are going to, and I also have my tablet today, so I should be able to see the comments really good. So I'm getting better and better at these lives. So we're going to get started. If you can hear me okay, give me a thumbs up in the comments. Okay. Hey, KHE from Walnut. Very close. You know, one of these days we're going to have a meetup. And then when I say meetup, I mean meetup, but MEAT up. And I know that you'll be there because you're close. But yeah, one of these days we're going to have a meetup, you know, every once in a while. Nice to get to see each other's faces and stuff like that. Welcome, everybody. I see you guys coming in. If you are popping in, let me know where in the world you are from. And we're going to talk about emotional eating tonight. Okay, great. You can hear me. Good. Okay, so KHE can hear me. Good. I have my tablet with me this time, so I am going to be ready for when you guys start having those questions roll in. So each week, I'm learning more and more about YouTube. So thank you guys so much for having patience with me because I'm learning as I go. Because you're never going to know everything before you start something. Hint, hint. Even Keto Carnivore, you're never going to know everything before you start something. You should just start. So I knew enough to start. I have a phone and I know how to turn the phone on and do this. So let's see here. Okay, you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the emotional eating tonight and the tools that you need to overcome them. But there are a lot of triggers to emotional tools. There's a lot of triggers. And God's Girl is on. Welcome. With emotional tools, there are a lot of triggers, and we're going to talk about some of those triggers right now. But when I say emotional eating, I'm talking emotional eating. Emotional eating isn't just sad stuff. It isn't just when things go wrong that we emotional eat. It could be happy things. It could be celebrations. It could be events. It could be, oh, I got, a new job, so we're going to go out to eat. Oh, it's my birthday. So, okay, we're going to have birthday cake. It's Christmas, it's holidays. Those are big ones that are coming up. That's why I want to talk about this now so that we can kind of conquer that now. But emotional eating isn't just when we are eating when something's sad in our life happening, like stress or, things like that. So let's talk about, I made a long list of different emotional tools. So emotional triggers. We're talking about triggers right now. What triggers us to emotionally eat? And in the comments, what is your trigger? Like, what's hard for you when it comes to emotional eating? And if you think of something while I'm going through this list, let me know. But it's a long list, so I did have to take some notes on this, you guys. But emotional triggers can look like this. You can go through a bad relationship, and that could be an emotional trigger. You could feel overwhelmed with just things in life. That could be an emotional trigger. And like I mentioned, happy things, a birthday party, anniversaries, and you're having an anniversary party. Also, if you're going through betrayal, if you've been betrayed, if you have insecurities, sickness, depression, loneliness, sadness, feelings of fear, stress, you guys, stress. We all have stress. Things are very stressful in this day. All kinds of stress. Loss of control. If you feel like you don't have control of your situation, you could be bored. You can from boredom, sadness, anger, grief, or if you get bad news, that can trigger you to emotionally eat. You might have holiday parties coming up, events, simple things that you don't think of, like going to the movies could be a trigger that you have to have popcorn. So one of my clients this week has to have popcorn when they go to the movies. No, they just have to have popcorn. So different kinds of things trigger us emotionally. And they could be happy things or sad things. So what kind of things trigger you emotionally? And I'm going to then talk about, let me read. Okay, so this is a good time. I'm going to test my tablet here and see if I can go into my live and see KHE's comment. So, oh yeah, this is working great. Okay, so KHE says stressful situations at work. I had a very stressful day after being on keto for 7 days, and I realized I couldn't get a coffee for a treat. Okay, I couldn't get a coffee for a treat. Okay, so KHE, why couldn't you get a coffee? Do you mean you couldn't put what you wanted to put in the coffee? Or because I drink coffee every day and it is a delicious treat. So a sweet coffee. Okay, so girl, get your monk fruit. It's sweet. I have a vanilla monk fruit. I have a regular monk fruit. Okay, Dutch Brothers KHE, no. But you can still get KHE. Don't let BB tell you that if it isn't Dutch Brothers, it isn't going to be delicious and sweet and get that craving and give you that boost of dopamine. You can still have a delicious, sweet tasting coffee that is 0 carb, because I do it every day. So girl, get your coffee, get your monk fruit vanilla drops. Put you a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream in there, a tablespoon of butter, use your frother, and you will have a delicious treat. So you can do that. All right. So that's good. Okay, let me know what other emotional triggers you guys have, because I will debunk them in a minute. All right, so those triggers could be happy triggers, they could be sad triggers, but this is what we have to do. Once you guys have taken the Mindset Reset Masterclass that I bring up all the time because our channel is based on that, you will have the tools that you need in your mind to conquer these cravings and these triggers. But I'm going to give you a little more information on emotional tools. So in the Mindset Reset Masterclass that I did, it's on you can get it here. I'll link it at the end. I'm going to go a little deeper, and we're going to talk about 6 key concepts or categories that you need to do within the emotional tools. So we know, if you have taken my Mindset Reset Masterclass, give me a thumbs up in the comments. I want to see who's taken it, because you guys are going to get it. Okay, so in the Mindset Reset Masterclass, we do talk about emotional tools. And we know everyone's emotional tools are different, and we need to use those when we feel triggered or stressed or like we have a craving, so that we can get through that. We're going to take it a little bit deeper, and we're going to divide the emotional tools into 6 different categories. Great. All right, KHE has taken it. God's girl has taken it. All right, you guys. Okay, so you guys, the homework in one of the emotional tools concepts was to do your emotional tool list. Just a reminder, my emotional tool looks like getting a massage, walking outdoors, like not on a treadmill, because you know I don't like the gym, but walking like outdoors really makes me happy. My work really makes me happy. I love my work. I love singing at my church. I love date nights with my husband. Those are all things that make me feel warm and fuzzy and give me what? A hit of dopamine. A hit of dopamine without food. So they're non-food things that you can do that feed that dopamine, okay, which will quiet BB down so that you can stay consistent on your ketogenic journey. So the 6 categories that we're going to do, you might want to grab a pencil and paper, or you can look at this again. The 6 different categories for creating your emotional tool list should look like this. Number one of your emotional tools on your list should have something to do with your mental well-being. So number 1 is your mental well-being, something in that category. That category would be like something mental that stimulates your mind in a healthy way. Might look like something creative. If you like gardening, it might be gardening. If you're kind of artsy, it might be art. It could be creative art, singing. It could be like in my work, I get to be creative. I'm a manicurist, so I get to be a little bit creative. So those kind of things that are positive. It's positive stimulation for your mind in a mental way. You want a mental emotional tool. Number 2 is you want a physical emotional tool. You guys, you know I don't like working out, even though I'm going to have to start working out soon. You still need a physical emotional tool. So a physical emotional tool, like for me, it's getting steps in. So I challenge myself, okay, let me at least get 5. Let me get between 5 and 10. Let me get steps in while I'm doing things around the house, or let me park far. You need a physical emotional tool. And if you like working out, that's great. That could be your physical emotional tool. If you make it something that you like. If you love dancing, I love dancing. I can't go dancing every day, but I love dancing. So if you love dancing, it might look like that. If you love running, if you like to get steps in, you like to walk like me, or if you like going to gym, or maybe you like taking those Zumba classes. What kind of physical things do you like to do? Put that in the comments, because I want to get some ideas too. Since I don't love this area, I need more ideas. So what do you like to do physically? Let me know in the comments. So that's something like the Zumba. Some people like Zumba. I don't. Some people like aerobic stuff. I don't. Some people love swimming. Like, what is the physical thing that you like to do that you actually enjoy? Okay, God's girl likes walking. Okay, yeah, something that you enjoy. It can't be torture, because that's not going to give you dopamine because you don't like it. Like for me, if someone said you have to run every day, I just wouldn't like it. But I do like walking and looking at the sky and hearing the birds chirp or whatever. And in my mind, it's a challenge to get steps in. And some people like gardening. Some people like swimming. So make sure that in your list, you have a physical emotional tool. Another emotional tool is emotional. So you need an emotional tool in your emotional tool list, an emotional tool in your emotional tool list. So what that will look like is if you're struggling and having a hard time in some of your areas, like maybe you have a hard relationship that you're in, or some stress, or you might have some things in your mind from your childhood that you haven't been able to get over. You guys, counseling is a great emotional tool. Counseling is a great emotional tool. You can do some counseling. Oh my gosh, God Girl says for her mind, she likes Sudoku. That is great too. That stimulates your mind in a healthy way, that you're getting shots of dopamine. So that is great. You can do counseling. You can do some Sudoku. You could read, and they could be self-help Bible devotional. So I do my devotionals in the morning. Some people love to read the Bible. It could be an inspirational book that you might want to read. It has to be something that helps you with stress, that helps you with emotions. So you need an emotional tool in your emotional toolkit. So number 4 is spiritual. So this area, whether you are spiritual or not, it's kind of like I'm trying to put it in so it'll be for everyone's category. I have my church and I have God that's a higher power than me. So if that's not you, that might look like, so like I might go pray or I might go to church or do something with my church community. If you're not like a church person, you can still get a more spiritual type of tool by maybe volunteering to your favorite animal shelter or volunteering to help kids or at the old people's home or just having community with other people, even being on here or chiming in. It just is kind of like not looking to yourself for everything. Get out of yourself and not think about your situation and kind of think about something else, because there's always someone that needs help more than you. So I recommend, if you need a spiritual tool and you don't have one, and so I'm going to name them off. So I have church, I have my church group, I have my Bible study. If those aren't for you, you can do volunteer work, you can help at a shelter, or you can even help with working with animals, or something where you're helping someone else really helps your spirit. So make sure you have a spiritual tool in your emotional toolkit. And number 5 kind of ties in. Number 5, you guys, is social. Number 5 is you need social tools in your emotional toolkit. You guys, this is important, and it doesn't matter if you're an introvert or an extrovert. You need social tools. You need relationship with other people. You need a community, a group. You need to not isolate. This is really important, because when you need help or you need like a someone to say, hey girl, let's do this, don't have that, or don't eat that, or let's do this, or you need someone alongside of you. So you need relationship. This when I say relationship, I'm not talking about a man and a woman. That's great, but you need friends. You guys need friends. You need a community. This is a community. I have a church community. I have family. You need family support, church community. If you don't have that, this is your keto carnivore carb conquering community. So you can have that. And as soon as our membership groups open, you'll even have more of that, because in memberships, we're going to have a special mindset reset action in action group. But you need to have social relationships, you guys. You need to have friends. You need to have outings. You need to do things socially so that you're not. BB wants you to isolate yourself, because when you're isolated, there's no one there to say, that's not true. BB will take over everything. He'll tell you, oh, it's too hard to do. Oh, well, you can't do it because you're going to this weekend or that. BB will fill your mind. And you guys, BB he's an expert at it. He has been filling our mind since day one. Okay. And now we're trying to change it. So you need community. You need social, emotional tools. So make sure that you have that. And if you don't have that, use this channel until you get it. And the way you can start doing that is put some comments in, you guys. Put some comments in, like a post, say something, ask a question, like just being more active in what you have until you get like your, if you're looking for a new church, or if you're looking for need new friends, you can be more social here, and this can be your group until you have more of that in real life. Number 6, you guys, number 6 is occupational tools. Occupational tools. Do you like your job? You guys, it's so important that what we do every day, like if you think about it, I've been gone like when I go to work, I'm there all day. What if I didn't like it? That would be horrible. So you guys want to have occupational tools in your emotional tool belt. You want to like your job. So I'm hoping that you have a job that you like. Jobs aren't perfect. There might be some things that you don't like about a job. There might be, things about politics or HR or some of the workers that you work with, whatever. But it might be a situation like you really love the job that you do, like the thing that you do. It might just be the external things around it that, like, the company or the boss or blah, blah, blah. But find in your job what you like and focus on that thing, and that is going to bring you joy, and it's going to help you have feelings of accomplishment, like, wow, when this presentation had to be done, I felt good because it reached this many people, and now it puts my company in this position. Or I might feel like, wow, like when my customer came in, her feet were really hurting, and she had some hurting cracks on her feet, and I was able to get them off with my power drill. Okay, I feel so good when I leave, and that when she leaves and her foot is soft and nice, and you need to find something in what you do every day that you like, because that is going to give you a feeling of accomplishment, and that triggers dopamine. So you guys, those are the 6 things that you can categorize your emotional tool list. Like, you might have an emotional tool list that has 20 things on it. And if you already did your homework from the Mindset Reset Masterclass and you made your emotional tool list, go back and check, and next to each of those emotional tools, put which category it is: mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, social, occupational. Put next to those emotional tools the category that it is, and make sure that you have something in each category. So if you go back to your emotional tool list and you have like a great huge list, but they're all just physical things, girl, you're not working on your mind. Or if they're all like just social things, we need something in each of these 6 areas to make a more complete, balanced emotional tool list, so that we can conquer these triggers and these cravings and these feelings that BB gives us that we think we can't handle when we're in these different situations. So you guys, tell me, what are some of your emotional tools that are on your emotional tool list? Just in general, what makes you feel really happy or safe or good? You'll learn to know yourself and find out which of these things trigger dopamine releases for you. So put that in the comments. While you put that in the comments, you guys, I am going to go over a few channel updates, and then any other questions that you have, put them in the comments. So tell me, what is your number 1 emotional tool? You guys can guess what mine is. Massage. You guys, massage. When I have a massage, it just gets rid of my, KHE, dancing. KHE put dancing. I love dancing, and you're in Walnut, girl. I know where you are, but I love dancing. I love dancing. I love to get salsa dance lessons. I love to learn new skilled dancing. So I'll have to remember that. Yes, dancing is a good one. And that's something that you enjoy. And I don't feel like I'm going to the gym when I go dancing. Like if someone said, oh, you have to go to the gym every day, I'd be like, you have to go dancing every day? Okay. So yeah. And I know one of my sisters, she really loves doing Zumba. So she likes kind of doing that. But yeah, so dancing, that's a good one. I'm going to just give you a quick channel update while you guys are putting that, and then put any of your other questions that you have in here. And then I'm going to have another special question for you that I should have did at the beginning, but it's okay. But you guys, our channel is doing amazing. I think we have about 550 subscribers. That is halfway to what we need to be completely monetized. But the main thing is you only need need 500 subscribers to start the membership groups. The membership groups are that's the group that I want for us to have our support and kind of like our group coaching, our challenges, our special group. But we need, and I have enough for that, but we need more watch time hours. So I'm really going to be consistent in getting 2 videos out to you a week plus a live video so that we can have more watch time hours. We have almost 1,000 watch time hours right now, and I need 3,000 watch hours. Hi, Darlene. It's nice that you're on, Darlene. So yes, we need 3,000 watch hours. So we're still working on that. So our channel is looking really good. We are, we're coming up on 2 months on the 26th that I kind of started posting these videos. So I'm really excited about that. So that's where the channel is going. What questions do you guys have about emotional tools? What do you have a hard time with emotionally? And I hope that this video helps you categorize those things so that you can have a more balanced emotional tool list. So I see that there are about 7 of you on. So let me know where you're from if you haven't already, or just do a thumbs up or put what city you are in, and any other questions that you have. I think that is what I have for you today. So you guys, we went over emotional triggers. Know your triggers, like know what your triggers are ahead of time, and know what emotional tools that you need so that you can combat those triggers. And if you're just watching on the replay, go ahead and put any questions in that you have. I will go back to this and answer the questions, and they will be there. So you guys, what I did learn this week is that on these live videos, if I trim them at the beginning and at the end, it gets rid of all of these comments that you guys are putting on the replay, and it'll only show like the comments after it's already been posted. So I don't want that. I want people to actually be able to see what we're talking about. So I'm not trimming. But last week, you guys, I had to trim the video. Remember, I was like upside down. So last week was like I had to trim it. But okay, so I'm not trimming the video. So it has to be like all perfect. And I'm actually also using my tablet so that I can see the comments really clear and good. And so that's working out great. And so I think that is all I have for you guys about overcoming emotional eating. This will be a good time to click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Put a comment and share this video with someone that needs it. And if there's no other questions, I'm going to get going and make some dinner, which is just going to be some meat, you guys. So we're burgers, bacon burgers with cheese. That's what we're having tonight. So you guys, thank you so much for joining me for this live. Look for another live, not another live, but another video coming out this week. And I might have a surprise for you next week. I'm not going to share it yet. So KHE says yum. You guys, KHE says yum, but you guys, I eat burgers every day. Like I'm not tired of burgers. Like I can eat burgers, bacon burgers with cheese every day. Of course, no bun. I put some pickles on the side, but yeah, I never get tired of having that. So, all right, you guys, have a good night. And if you think of something, you can put it in the comments and I will answer you then. So see you in the next video. Have a good night.